Alright, welcome everybody. This is Ben, and I'm here to show you basically how I made one of my beats that maybe you guys recognize. I'm going to show you a beat that we did for our Limelight EP. It's called Can't Leave, and I just want to show you just how the process of it came to my mind and how I just put it on an instrumental. So one day, you know, I was just playing Madden and I was listening to Pandora Radio, and then a song came up called "One of These Nights" by the Eagles, and this is what went through my mind. And just have it load up for just a second. Yeah. When I was playing Madden, I was like, wait, man, this is a sick bass line that we got right here. And I was just listening to it more. Just went into something hard. You hear it? Yeah. And like it just goes into the thing, but I thought like, man, that was a sick bass line. So what I decided to do, you know, I started to chop it up a bit, and what I decided to do was make a beat. So the way I do it is I go to Audacity, and that's how I chop up my beat. So I put the beat in 8 times, and I chopped it up to where it sounds like this. But it's just not playing the whole thing right now because we are short on time. But you see how I did it? Just 8 times all through it. So I inserted each track separately, so I was able to put it on Reason. Right, so now I open up Reason and I put these 8 tracks that I transferred over into Redrum, which is basically like an MPC, and this is how I have it, and that's one sound. That's the second sound, and I kept doing it, and it was just basically, it was going cool. So what I did was I created a pattern, and I transferred it, and it made it loop 8 times, and this is what I got. So then it repeats. It repeats many times throughout the song, and so I'm thinking, okay, that's cool. That's a tight bass line. So now what we gotta do is we gotta add drums. That's the way I work. After I hear a sample, I'm like, let me add drums first too. So I work kind of differently. Sometimes I put the bass first, or sometimes I put a snare. But this time I was like, you know what? I got some percussion loops. Let me add some percussion in it. So that's what I put in first. So I play this right now. That's what's going on in the background. So then I decided to add, right after that, a bass drum kick. So this is how it sounds right now. Now I added a snare. Then added hi-hats. This sounds pretty cool right there. So you can't, let me show you what I just added right here. See, even the smallest things of details can make a beat really hot. Can really make a beat show what it's really worth. Then right here, just a clap, like that. Right here, what I do, this is going to come up later on. It's actually a hi-hat that sounds, there it is. So this is a tom I added, which goes boom, boom, to make it better. And here's a sub, which you really can't hear right now because everything's going on, but if I just leave the sub by itself, you hear that? Nice. So let me just add everything else. Alright. So that's my drums. So you put the drums together. Sounds hot, don't it? Right. So we move on. So I wanted to add a bass to it, even though it was a really good bass line, but I just wanted like a backup bass just to kind of have like to help out the sub. It's very simple. It's just the smallest things, you know. You don't really need to take music theory or anything to try to figure this out. You know, it's pretty simple. You know, it's not a really complicated bass line that I did. It's just one note taking up a whole bar. So that was going on. So in the chorus, I have a guitar going on. As you heard in the sample, it was a real guitar, but I didn't want to take too many samples. Maybe I got lazy, I don't know, but I wanted to add a guitar that I got right here. As you hear, sounds cool, don't it? Just sounds really smooth. So now we got the piano that I added. I just want to show you that. That's what you hear in the chorus. Sounds cool. Now let me show you just a really small asset to the song, which I added some strings to it. You could barely hear it with the real instrumental, but it adds something really big to the instrumental. Now, let's have it go. Here we go. That's just the drums. Now, let me input the sample, which is going to come out in just a second. Let's hear it out. And this is just a part of the verse. This is actually the second part where it's Gabe's verse. And then everything goes in the chorus. Everything goes in the chorus. This is where I actually do my little solo singing. You know, where this part goes on, and then this is where the part goes on, like, she's so far, there you go, you don't know just what you do to me. I can't leave, there she goes. Then my brother does.
Already knows that I'm addicted to her, and I can't leave her alone like I'm constricted to her.
So that's it for Watchmen TV, episode 4. Make sure you check us out next week, same time, Wednesday night at 10 p.m. And we are out.